What's up you guys and welcome back. I hope you had an amazing Christmas and that this new year will be the best one ever. I'm FPL Nymphria and this is my FPL Christmas Game Weeks review and Game Week 22 preview video. And for this video I'll borrow a little warning from my friend FPL TV and say this video is rated R for its rubbish and ridiculous FPL management. I have been a bad manager and it's not gone too well. Let's take a quick look over how it all went wrong. Swiftly on to my Game Week 18 review, and this is where it all started to turn red. I decided to roll my transfer so that I could take a mini wildcard for the next game week, but with Fabianski letting in 2 goals against Watford and Robertson being the only one of my defenders to get a clean sheet, I needed a big show from my forward players. Unfortunately, the West Ham boys also suffered in the #TeamFabs defeat. Richarlison fared a little better with a goal, but Captain Sterling was a letdown, especially when we consider my front line. Wilson went the same way as Sterling with just 2 points, but if I had captained either Kane with his 2 goals and 1 assist, or Aubameyang with his 2 goals, I may well have been looking at a green arrow. But instead the Sterling pick meant I got a red arrow to 113,012 OR. With a terrible Game Week 18 fresh in my mind, and a desperate need to have things turn for the better, I decided to go ahead with my mini wildcard. So with 3 transfers ready to burn, I quickly shifted 2 players that had caused me problems, Laporte and Wilson. And the third transfer was one that I felt was an indulgence, but was convinced by the Nym fam that 2 West Ham players were too much, so Anderson made way. Oh man, here's what went down. #TeamFab with no clean sheet but 1 save point. Alonso disappointing along with Doherty. And Robertson proving his worth yet again as my only defender to get me any points and a clean sheet for another week in a row. Despite buying Holebas, I benched him against Chelsea and he only went and got an assist. But that's not where the disappointment ended for this -4 farce. Snodgrass and Sterling, despite vast differences in price, both failed to impress. Richarlison, despite not starting, came on for a much needed goal. But it was the Son and Rashford moves for Wilson and Anderson that proved the most pointless transfers in the history of all transfers ever. Anderson got 2 goals in Game Week 19 for 15 points. Sonny, despite matching him, got no bonus points, and with Wilson getting the same as Rashford, a big fat 2 points, I actually ended up worse off by 6 points in the end. So despite Ober and Kane quietly getting on with things and actually captaining someone who got a goal, I still ended up with a red arrow and a slip to 185,751 in OR. Game Week 19 really hurt, and with 2 red arrows, I wondered if it was best to roll a transfer in pursuit of getting Salah back, who was now starting to cause big OR drops for non-owners like me. Despite trying the opposite of lots of changes and making none, I did just as badly. #TeamFab is at this point no longer #TeamFab, with another disappointing 2 points. Button, getting his first game, got 9 points, and I probably should have risked him instead. Alonso switched places with Robson for the clean sheet, but got a yellow, so only the 5 from him. And I gave Holebas the chance, given his assist at Chelsea, only for him not to start, and to come on for 12 minutes and get 1 point to stop me getting Doherty's assist off the bench. Cheers for that, Holebas. Playing Snodgrass over Doherty was also a mistake, as he got 45 minutes before being injured and getting me 0 points. It was now becoming obvious that I had sold the wrong West Ham man. Richarlison and Sterling swapped place, Richer getting 2 and Sterling getting the assist, clean sheet and bonus for 6 points, and Sonny also getting the assist. However, the Rashford buy was looking up at least, a tasty 11 points from a goal and an assist, only for Albert to be the one to get me 2 points up front. Kane as captain had again got me another goal. The problem with Game Week 20 was Liverpool's 5-1 thrashing of Arsenal, because Liverpool players are so highly owned that myself only owning Robertson, who was not involved in any of the attacking returns, meant that a low scoring week of 47 points was made worse in the OR, and I now found myself outside the top 200k for the first time since Game Week 7 on 211,488 OR. At this point, I'm not gonna lie, I'm ready to do a Hindu monkey style strop and quit FPL for good. It was time to sell all my possessions and move to a remote island with no internet and spend all of my time meditating instead. But wait, I didn't make any transfers last game week. I now have 2 free transfers again. Maybe, just maybe, if I get Salah, I can pull this back. And I can at least stay on a not so far away island with intermittent Wi-Fi, possibly. So what did I do? Well, I took a -4 and made 3 transfers. You thought it couldn't get any worse and I couldn't balls it up again, but you'd be wrong. Here's what went down in Game Week 21. Fabianski has been stripped of his #TeamFab title and is now on the get outside in the cold naughty step, with just 2 points again. Alonso was one of my transfers and became Digne. I just can't even with this one. Alonso with 5 and Digne with 1. And Doherty and Holebas just there, looking at me with barely a point between them, with Robertson and Wan-Bissaka on my bench, each with a clean sheet. Snodgrass was back, but still failed to deliver, as did Richarlison, both on just 2 points. And here's where the laughs really come in. Is that Salah I see in my team? Nope, it's not. For some reason, his cheaper price and better fixture tempted me to buy Hazard instead of Salah, and captaining him. What is the matter with me? I mean, I actually have a problem. If that's not enough, I then proceeded to think getting off of Son early to pocket my profit and jumping on the very heavy bandwagon train of Pogba would be an epic idea. Only for both Hazard and Pogba to get just 3 points each. Meanwhile, Salah didn't go nuts. I will at least give myself that. But Son did, getting a goal and an assist for 13 points. And Sterling also getting an assist. What's worse is that if I hadn't have bought Hazard, I would have captained Kane, who got 12 points, and so that -4 cost me 34 points. And despite Rashford and Aubameyang also getting a goal and an assist each, those transfers did indeed seal another red arrow, and I'm currently sat at 270,303 OR, almost at 300k. In just 4 game weeks, I have dropped a little over 100k places, if not more. So I have since calmed down a little from becoming a nomad, and I have tried to see what I've learned from all of this. Before leaving you, in my last video, I had quite a solid plan, which included transfers like Trippier or Digne for Laporte and Luiz for Alonso, Firmino in maybe or Salah, neither of which I actually followed, meaning I missed a goal and an assist from Trippier, and of course Digne's brace, as well as Salah's 3 goals and 3 assists, or Firmino's 4 goals, and so on. Sometimes it's better to go with what you had planned. It's confirmed to me a few things I already knew. I get swayed very easily by social media and people's very good arguments for why one player is better than another, and I don't trust my own decisions enough. That I'm very unhappy without Salah or Aguero, or both, in my FPL team. It just saps all the enjoyment out of the game for me. I'm much more lenient with them in the bad times because of the good times. There are also not enough consistent players in my team, and that is something I definitely have to address. And lastly, I have to stop selling in-form players early, based on what might happen with other bandwagon players. They are in form for a reason. So all of that being said, it's a new year and time to see if I can put some of that into practice. Here's how my team currently looks for Game Week 22. I can't really start with this lineup without telling you it is my New Year's resolution to get Salah back in my team. So with that in mind, here's how it looks at the moment. Fabianski is on thin ice. If he stays, he will likely be my keeper versus Arsenal for save points, as Button has Liverpool, so it's the lesser of 2 evils. My defence will give me the most headache this week, with Digne versus Bournemouth, Robertson versus Brighton, Wan-Bissaka versus Watford, Doherty at Man City, and Holebas has Palace. Right now, I have the 2 home players and Robertson in, but this is subject to change. Snodgrass could make way for another defender given the fixtures and his form. Richard keeps his spot given he faces a Bournemouth side that have let in 40 goals already this season and have had only 5 clean sheets. Pogba's injury is a close watch, but it's how to accommodate Salah that sways where this team goes this game week. I'm finding it very hard out of Aubameyang, Kane and Rashford, which I dropped to free up cash. Each of them got a goal and assist last game week, and I just said I wouldn't sell in-form players, despite it being obvious Auba has a few tough fixtures of City and Chelsea in the next 4, and Kane has United and loses Son, his enabler, to the Asian Cup just after. Still, unless something unforeseen happens, I can't just drop any of them. So that leaves Hazard. Now Hazard has a captaincy-worthy fixture of Newcastle. It's one of the reasons I bought him last game week. But he's inconsistent, and with Morata as striker, his output is a lot less. I need more consistent players in my team. He is due a haul, and I could wait it out, or I could move for Salah now. Surely I can't get bitten like, I don't know, the 10th time in a row. I have 2.1 million in the bank, and so I'm 0.1 off a straight swap from Hazard to Salah, so Fabianski, Snodgrass or Halibus would have to go for a -4 to accommodate the swap. One thing is for sure, I'm too nervous of Hazard now to captain him, whilst I would feel absolutely fine captaining Salah. And given Salah's next 5, I would like to hope he would repay me back my -4. I'm fully aware one of my front 3 will have to go soon, but until I know which and for whom, likely Aguero, I'm reluctant to make that decision now. If Kane drops while Son is away again, I will look to make Son or Eriksen my Spurs cover to free up funds when Son returns. But that's down the line a little. My team is fine for Game Week 22. Question is, do I do more crazy things of selling Hazard to finally get Salah? We will see. If it happens, it'll probably be later in the week, and as always, you will be able to keep updated here or on my social media. At the beginning of this video, I told you that this video was rated R for, rubbish and ridiculous. But also, I hope it's been reassuring that you can look at my team and not feel as bad about your own. So at least I've given you something to smile about today. Before I leave, I have to say a huge congratulations to Stephen M's Lingardium Leviosa and Ryan Malone's Brave Little Toaster, who will be sharing the £100 prize money for the coming top of my league at Christmas, courtesy of fanvibe.com. Please get in touch here or via social media so that I can get that to you. And lots of luck as always to all of you in Game Week 22. Hope you liked the video. Feel free to check out my sponsor fancyfootballfix.com, and please support me by liking and subscribing. Until next time, Nymphria out.